right, chat. Close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're gonna close that trade. $5,000 live on stream. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. What's going on? It is Casual Friday. What's going on, chat? How we doing this morning? Happy Friday to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I see Luke in the chat. We got Marina. We got Player, Monique, Quazair, Rico, Mayo in the chat. Jaden, Woke Trader, Lux, Ashley. Hello, hello. What's up, Tweezy? What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. We got a bank holiday on our hands. Market does close earlier today. Just a heads up. So it's a half a day in the market. I figured today's probably going to be a little slow. Questionable volume. It probably just going to be retail traders that are trading today. None of the big whales and sharks in the market today. So, that does cause a flux in volume, right? We could see a decrease in volume, but we'll see what happens. We're here to watch. Market opens in about 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and switch you over to the screen. Let's get started here. All right, as you can see, I changed my colors back to dark mode. Those of you who did the challenge with me the last 2 weeks of June, I posted in the Discord. I challenged you guys to change your chart colors to something you never used before. So let me know in the chat if you did try it. Let me know how it worked. Are you keeping the theme? Are you changing the theme? Let me know. Let me know. Hold on. Oh, I thought I heard an echo. It wasn't me. It's the music coming on. Okay, it's the music. All right, let's see here. So, yesterday, no trades were done on stream. However, I did take a trade outside of stream. I do most of my trading outside of stream anyway. But this one I decided to post just because it was literally right after the stream. But yeah, so we talked about price breaking out of this range, right? We came up towards this area. We found some resistance. We started coming back down, right? And when we started the stream yesterday, we were sitting back on top of here. And we talked about how, okay, price can either drive back down in this range, or we can use this as a higher support and continue pushing up. Now, what ended up happening was price ended up driving back down in this range, right? We went back to the bottom of this range, right? So big sell-off yesterday. For those of you who were in the market, I'm going to show you a quick picture of one of my trades. Not all of them, but just one of them from yesterday, catching that beautiful sell-off there. That's 100 points in that screenshot. Also, not just me, but I want to give a shout out to some of our Trading Lab members. They're killing it, man. They're killing it. Official Lens concepts are in full effect here. We got Rico was up 800 for the week. Sidewinder was up 2,300 for the week. You guys can click on those and you can check out their trades. You can see his weekly P&Ls, 800, using Official Lens concepts. Discipline over dopamine, process manifest, hashtag Official Lens concepts. Only use 2 micros, victory lap. Let's go, Rico. Let's go, let's go. Also, Sidewinder's been killing it. 2K weeks back to back using Official Lens concepts. He's up, you gotta be up over 4 grand. Almost 5,000. Jeez. When concepts hit, huh? It's so crazy how when you learn from a real trader how quickly you see results. It's just like immediate results. Isn't that so crazy? It's not so complex. It's just so simple that you can just rinse and repeat it and make thousands of dollars immediately. Isn't it a beauty? Shout out to Sidewinder. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to show some of that. We also have NQ Soccer Mom. I see you there. NQ Soccer Mom took a beautiful trade yesterday too. Sometimes our trader members just post stuff in the Trading Lab. I will tell you, they chat all day. They do an amazing job. They chat with each other all day. So yeah, the lab is great. All right. Back to where we are. The market is opening up in 10 seconds. So let's go ahead and check it out. Look at the volume in these candles, right? Look at the bodies. They're so small, right? Because again, it's just retail traders in the market right now. And I do have levels, chat. I do have, we go on a 4-hour. You're gonna see I do have some levels highlighted here. All right. Here we go. Market is open. Ding, ding, ding. All right. That's our ding, ding, ding sound today. What's my strategy? My strategy is official lens concepts. Love the step-by-step process. Thank you, NQ Soccer Mom. Oh, thank you. There you go, Wizzy. Yeah, my strategy is official lens concepts. Yeah, that's exactly my strategy. Hi, Don. I see you, Don. Good morning. I've used nothing but official lens concepts since I've been on YouTube all these years. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Got my own price action concepts. Alrighty. This is going to be a very interesting market open. Up 28 points here. Oh, dog. Hold on, guys. I can hear my dog. Let me check on him real quick. My apologies, chat. It sounded like he was choking on something. Okay. Nobody gets the sauce for free. Yeah, so if you guys are new, welcome. If you guys are new, welcome. So I used to teach for free on YouTube. I taught for free for 2 years straight. And as you know, it's not appreciated when things are free. People play in your face. We won't get too deep into it. Where are those people now, right? Only thing I ask is for people to be respectful. You know, when things are free, you get a lot of degenerates, right? So that's why there's a price tag on things. So I no longer teach for free. And that just is what it is, you know? It's unfortunate, you know? That's why some people have paid discords, because the degenerates, You know, what I have to deal with on a daily, because my Discord is free and open, is just insane. You guys have no idea what goes into it. So, you know, in day trading, when people go, oh, well, this is free. Well, how come this isn't free? Well, if you really do this, how come this isn't free? And it's like, they don't understand the side of people are teaching you how to make life-changing money. Why should that be free? Number one. Number two, if it is free, here comes all the degenerates, you know. So sometimes you got to put a price tag on things just to keep some people out. You know what I mean? And that's how much I'll explain of that. I know most people know what I'm saying, so we'll cut it short and keep it to that. All right, so the voice chat is open. If you guys want to talk to me, I'm gonna turn my mic on in a couple seconds here. So you guys are welcome to join me. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It says talk to Lens. So I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to speak with me if you want to speak with me. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna turn my mic on now. Turn the music down. Hey everybody. Can you hear me? Those in the Discord voice chat?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is that Rico? I gotta pull my screen up. What's going on, Rico?
What's good with you?
Doing great. How you doing this morning?
Chilling.
Chilling, chilling. Oh, somebody just gifted something. Darren Johnston, thank you for the 500 jewels. Appreciate you. Who was that? Is that Wisdom Speak? It's a little hard to hear you. Can you, those of you in the voice chat, can y'all hear Wisdom Speak okay? Or is it just me?
I didn't hear him at all.
NQ Soccer Mom, good morning to you. Everybody's mic is muted.
Alice?
Yeah, Wisdom Speaks. I'm gonna have to disconnect you because we can't have all that background noise. You're welcome to come back though when you get your mic together.
I'm muted just, to let you talk, do your thing for a minute.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. What's up, Mayo? All right, let's see here. So we are at this resistance. Like I said, y'all, there's nobody in the market besides retail traders. So it's probably gonna be a no trading day. Just a heads up.
Hey, Linz.
Hey, was that Mayo?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry, it took me a while to see where I can hit the button to use the microphone.
No need to apologize. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. I am mad. I went for my 10,000 steps when everybody was making money. When I came back, everybody was collecting.
Oh, okay. 10,000 steps. Nice. You walking outside?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have like a special place you go to, like a park?
No, I just started, so I'm going down the road and then up the highway and back.
Nice. I always start my day with a walk too. But I also have dogs, so I have no choice.
I have dogs. One thing that I love about having dogs is you get to know your neighborhood better than anyone.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Chat, can you hear them okay? Let me know in the chat. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you can hear them okay. I think it's a little low for the stream. See if I can turn it up. Good morning, Samade. I see you. So we got our Trading Lab members here. So let me know, how are y'all enjoying the Trading Lab so far?
I guess I'll speak up first. It's amazing. If y'all not a part of it, you need to get a part of it. Is she could charge 5 times the amount for just the 2 strategies that she teaches. Um, I've been trading a long time, and I've never had results like this to this degree. So even though I took a couple L's yesterday, taking the setup as it was presented to me, um, that's a part of trading. You got to
Mm-hmm.
accept the win or the lesson the minute you hit that button. But I still ended the week green, and so I'm not really participating as far as trading today on my funded accounts because of already took um, you know some lessons, and I really don't want to try to use the strategy when it's just retail traders. That's my choice. Somebody else does, you know, more power to them. But yeah, I mean, Liz, you're just a really good person to follow. You make it very easy to follow. You break it down. You ask questions. You're very calm and cool and collected, and it just makes for a really easy experience. And then me and NQ Soccer Mom was actually on a Zoom yesterday and listening to you in the background while me and her were discussing how we kind of individually kind of tweak what you've given to us. And me and her took trades together while we was watching you in the background. So that was cool.
I love that. Did you guys know each other before this, or you just met in the Trading
No,
Lab?
no. I just reached out. She reached out to me, and was kind of giving me some big ups, recognition, for my posts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, anybody can do this. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, obviously, you got to put in the time. You've got to put in the chart work, and you've got to practice with it. But I mean, it's not rocket science. The checklist is very easy to follow. Some of the other things that come with it, you know, again, I've been trading for a while, so some of the concepts that you that I needed to know beforehand are helpful, versus a person that barely knows how to read a chart. So it depends on
Mm-hmm.
where you are in your trading journey, but because I've got hundreds of hours of chart time, and even though I'm new-ish to futures, I'm definitely not new to trading. And so me and her just I she reached out to me and just was asking me questions, and I said, well, if you want to get on a Zoom, you know, let's do it. And she said yes. And we were supposed to get off before the stream started, and then we just ended up like, hey, let's just keep her in the background, and let's see if we can't talk talk to each other um, as we're seeing the market unfold. And we took several trades alternating. Like there would be a time when she would trade and I didn't, and vice versa. And there would be times where we were both in the trade at the same time. So it was really cool.
I love that. And that's what it's about, right? Being able to network and help each other out. So that's just beautiful to hear. And thank you for your compliments. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I do my best to make the lab, for all levels, no matter what your experience is. Just sticking to that like step-by-step process. And like you said, you can take it and tweak it and see how it fits you. And I love that you did that. That's the best way to do it. Thank you, Soccer
Yeah,
Mom. The link
and Q
expired.
Soccer Mom was, she was kind of showing me like her variation, and like I was asking her questions and she was asking me questions. And I did post it in the members area that if other members were interested in doing like Zooms together where we could kind of talk to each other while we're listening to the stream in the background to, hit me up, let me know. Um, because obviously, a link is stronger when you've got, a chain is stronger if you got more links in it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm learning from other people, and I'm watching other people's posts, and just like they're watching my posts. But obviously, you have to be a paid member to know what the strategy is and to have the privilege to have access to some of the other members. And so for members only, obviously, um, I think that that's something that if if people have the time and the availability to do that, we should lean on each other and learn from each other while we're still learning from you at the same time. And I'm glad that you're encouraging that.
Yeah, they say if you want to go somewhere, you can go by yourself, but if you want to get farther, do it with a group of people. That's what they say. Thank you, Soccer Mom. The link is still here. Let's see if we can get her in here. If you go to, let's see, if you go to the main chat in the Discord, I posted a message here. You can just click join voice. Let me pull it up on screen. Right here in the main chat, you can just click this, join voice. Oh, you see it? Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can get you in here. So what happened? It wasn't working on Discord, the mics before when you guys tried it? Oh, there we go. We got you in here.
No, mine was working. I just mute myself, when you're talking, or to give other people opportunities to talk. But nobody's unmuting except for me and Mayo. So
Yeah, I think maybe she doesn't know the mute button. So NQ Soccer Mom, you're muted. You gotta click that mic with the slash and it'll unmute you. Let me just make sure I didn't server mute you. Okay, no, she should be good. I know it's a little different if you're on mobile. You can't unmute yourself.
no, it's the same on me. I'm using my phone, and it's just the microphone at the bottom, so it's easy to find.
Oh, she said she can't unmute herself. I was gonna say, is your phone number verified, but it wouldn't have let you talk in the chat if your phone wasn't verified. That's weird. Won't let you unmute yourself. So you're clicking the button? I'll work on that for next time. It's all good. Let me try doing it myself for you. Yeah, it won't let me unmute you. It's saying that you're muted yourself. Oh, you know what it could be? Yeah, I was gonna say you must be in a browser. That's why. You're using Discord in a web browser, right? So you have to allow the permissions of a microphone. Yep. Okay, yeah. That's what it is. You're in Chrome. Okay. I would suggest, do you have Discord on your phone? Or even if you just download Discord on your desktop. Because you can use it on your phone. This week, those of you in the Trading Lab, this week we're going to go through the 3-minute strategy a little bit deeper. I'll give you some more examples. I think you'll like those examples.
Really looking forward to that. I haven't really been using the 3 a whole lot. I've been kind of just sticking to the 5, but I've been watching the 3. But I haven't really, traded it yet per se. Again, I'm mostly trading my funded account, so I've just found good setups with the main.
Mm-hmm.
with the main sauce. And so for me,
It's a pretty high win rate, isn't it?
yeah. I
It's
mean,
very high win
and
rate.
the three L's that I took yesterday, I went back and I looked, and first of all, Asian session doesn't move like New York, obviously,
Hmm.
but I saw information that I didn't see at the time, and now I know why. Even though the setup was correct, um, I should have knew that I was in a range, and that what I'm saying, it was a possibility that it wasn't going to get out of that range without some significant participation, and there just wasn't. And I only have a specific short amount of time that I can trade
Hmm.
because of the hours that I work. So I can do a little bit of pre-market, and then from market open till about I was telling NQ Soccer Mom, like, if I'm not in a trade or have traded by 10 my time, because I'm Central Time, um, I'm just, I'm shutting it down. I'm, sleeping until it's time for me to get up for work, and then I'll look at Asia. I've been trading Asia a little bit here and there, but there's only about 2 hours there, so I've got, you know, maybe 4 to 5 hours a day that I can, get a trade in. And sometimes, the setup just doesn't present itself within that time frame. And
Right. Hmm.
I go with it, hey, it's no trading day.
I
But
love
that's a
that
no
you're
loss
saying
day.
that because a lot of people will force it because it's like, oh, this is my only trading time, so I have to take a trade. That's great
Oh,
discipline.
I'm definitely looking. I'm definitely looking for them hard. But yeah, if they don't present themselves or they're not A or B setups, then I've had trades leave without me. You say that all the time. I'm gonna let it leave without me. And me and NQ Soccer Mom had some trades leave us yesterday, and they were valid. So I mean, watching taking the trade in live market, there is a nuance to it, and because Nas jerks so much, and it moves quick, and then it slows down, and then it jerks, and then it's
Hmm.
it's
Yep.
just all over the place. It's kind of hard to time it, and then there's things that I like to see. I like to wait for candle closures, and I like to wait for a candle to close past a certain point, and so there's little things that I like, that I look for, that sometimes don't necessarily happen either. Or I should have just got in, you know after the candle closed or after it passed a certain point. But that's not how I like to do it. I have to learn to be more fluid with that. But it's just not something I'm super, super comfortable with. I will do it every now and then, but it depends. Like you said, like it depends on what all's going on. So I would rather take a no trading day than the three L's that I got last night, and gave $300 of my weekly profits back. But I mean, if you think about it, that was like a 50-point stop loss on each trade,
1 second,
and it just
Rico. Can y'all not spam the chat, please? Who is that? Please help me out and give me $5. I don't have $5. I'm broke. You asking the wrong person. Sorry, Rico. Go ahead.
yeah. Don't be out here panhandling in the chat, y'all. I mean, if you ain't got no money, you shouldn't be on a trading podcast, probably.
They asking the wrong person.
I'm sure Lynn's got it, but she ain't into giving it. Lynn's is kind of like Nipsey Hussle, all money in, no money out.
She's given us
That's funny.
quite enough every day. She's given us lots.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, there you go. We got your mic on now.
Yes, I went to my phone and that works like a charm. So hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. How about you guys?
Doing great. Looking at these slow markets here. Bank holiday, so We don't
Yeah, well,
have.
this is nice that you're still on and we're hanging out and, keeping people out of the market if they don't need to be in the market today.
Yes, the only people moving the market will be us, the retail traders.
Okay, yeah. And that
That's why it could be
probably
very
will not
tricky.
give the best results. So,
Hmm. I always say if people want to take trading seriously, give yourself a day off on a bank holiday. Treat it like a real job. This is your
right.
day off.
I agree with that.
And it's a good way to practice not trading because that's one of the hardest things to do is to choose the not trading day. This is a good day not to trade. Just let it
Especially
be.
when you
Yeah,
had a previous day where you kind of lost some of it. Like the itch is there, the itch is real.
Yes, you're right. Especially Monday morning, right? Waited all weekend, get so excited. Especially if you have a
yeah.
good
And
back testing
sometimes you
session.
can't even wait till Monday morning and then you're trying to do something on Sunday night. So that has gotten me before in the past, just not even being able to wait till Monday morning. So definitely learning to wait and not to trade is huge.
I've definitely been there. When I first started, you know what I would do? People would talk about the gap opening on Sunday. It would always gap open. And they would talk about taking a trade at Friday's close and then hoping you made money, Sunday. So I used to take a trade at the close, thinking I'm swing trading, and it would not end well. Couldn't even enjoy my Sunday. I'm just panicking to see, okay, which way is it gonna open? It was too
I have
much.
Yeah,
yet to
sometimes
trade
we
a
make it so hard for ourselves.
I have yet to trade a Sunday yet. I will look at the markets on Sunday evening, but I have yet to trade a Sunday. Again, I just prefer to trade New York because I feel like the volume is more in your favor. And to me, it feels like your strategy is very volume based, and you're not
Hmm.
going to get some of the reactions that we're looking for on the checklist without that volume. Because I've tried it on Asian. Yeah, I've had a kind of little bit of a mixed bag, but it doesn't move as much, and it's not as it's not as clean, or it's not as much follow through. And so that's the whole point. You want the follow through, and you're not going to get it when the market is doesn't have the volume behind it.
Yeah, I will say Asian session Sunday night is my least favorite of all the days for Asian session. Just let the market open up, wait till Monday morning. And then Monday night Asian session, okay, cool, I'll check it out. But Sunday night Asian session, yeah, there could be a setup, but it's just, the market's just waking up. You gotta think about it that way, right? Been sleeping since Friday night. It's just waking up. Just let it do its thing. Give it some time. I think
Then
Monday
again, I
morning
don't
So
is
mind
is
looking at it.
better.
if there would be more institutional traders even trading during the week at night or still putting on orders. So for the weekday Asian sessions versus Sunday night, I mean, they may not even be doing that. I'm
That's
not
a good way
sure.
to think about it. Like those who are working for institutions, they're not trading till Monday morning.
Right.
That is a good way to think about it. I always say, what are the professionals doing? Oh, they're waiting till Monday morning. Okay, cool. And if they are in a trade, it may be like some big swing trade that they took, in their own personal account. They've been holding. That's a little different, of course. I'll be right back, y'all. I just need to feed my dog real quick. Give me like 45 seconds. But you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Cool.
Sometimes I
Yes,
think
Rico.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Mio. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm sorry. Sometimes I feel like between the Asian, the Europe, and the New York session, and whatever, what other, whatever, I can't even speak, or any other session there might be, it's like a game of whack-a-mole sometimes. Where is the volatility? And it always seems to happen whenever you're not around uh, the screen. That's not true. That's an
That's
exaggeration.
true.
But that is an
No,
exaggeration, but
sometimes I feel like that too. I do feel that same way. When I'm there, it's just ranging and chop, and then I step away or I come back and look. Oh, these are beautiful stacked staircase candles, and then here I come, and it's just ranging. So I feel you. I do see that.
That
probably
happened to us yesterday when we was on the Zoom, didn't it?
It
NQ.
did. It did. And also, I even noticed too this week during even some of the New York session was very choppy, and then
Yeah,
literally
very
at
choppy
three
week.
or four
Very
o'clock,
choppy week.
as
Yeah,
soon
very,
as the
very choppy.
market closed, you had straight up and down candles, just straight up and down candles. It was almost like held everything until the end, the end of the day, and literally after session, I had never seen such beautiful candles oscillating back and forth that you could actually take and not side by side.
nice.
I'm
Yeah,
back,
I'm
everybody.
always going back and looking at price action, and it's like when I'm asleep or when I'm not trading, that's when I see the volatility or the volume, and it's like
Big Tree,
I
hello
need
from
to be
Italy. I
doing
see
that,
you.
when I'm available. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm available when I'm available. If the setup comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I just, I got to take the information that time frame gave me and see if there's something that I can glean from that to try to learn how to maybe trade, those type of environments versus the environment that I'm really looking for.
Yeah, and just don't let it give you an excuse. And I'm, of course, speaking of myself, to say, well, I'm here, so I'm just going to force myself on this ranging and chop, because I miss the good stuff. So just keeping that discipline.
I
Just
noticed
enjoy.
that you mentioned yesterday you took 3 L's and then you realized, oh shoot, like it's in that range. Do you see why now I say when I take a loss, I'll wait 15 minutes or so? Like I don't just hop right back in. There are times when I
That
do, but it is
I
rare.
saw it at the time, but you know what I'm saying? It's like because price was moving in such a way and it's set up so pretty, so pretty. I
Hmm.
was like, well, maybe, maybe it'll push past this zone a little bit and I can get a little bit more out of it. And it
Hmm.
just didn't. And um, again, I moved my stop, um, you know, on my own accord. I'm doing my own thing as far as with my stops. Um, there's a little bit of a tweak to what you teach. So me and NQ Soccer Mom, I mean, there was two trades that I would have not lost if I would have kept the ultimate, um, the true stop loss. But I moved it because you know candle closed outside of where I wanted it to, and it was going in my direction. That's something that I tend to do just so that I can continue to reduce risk. And
Hmm.
then price flipped back around and came right back up to the top of the range of where it was at. So I knew it was in a range. I just felt like it was getting ready to go out of the range because of how it was moving, and it just, unfortunately for me, um, I waited between trades, and it just, because it was a rangy day and I was hoping that price was going to continue to go in the way that it was going, and it didn't.
That's what
That was
those
my
rangy
lesson.
days are for. Yep,
Yeah.
to get you
And
to.
so,
They're tricky. They're very
yeah.
tricky
And
because they can set up so well. They look so good, and then you take it, and you're like, oh no. Yeah, I mean, if I
I will
take 2 L's
say,
back to back, then I'll really take a break. Because if I get to three, and then I'm gonna get to four.
well,
yeah, I
I
think
did
your
stop it.
rule
I did
about
stop at
waiting the
three.
15 minutes could really cut down on people losing accounts if they did that. I think that's a really good rule. And especially, I don't really hear your traders talk about tilt, but I think that could help with the tilt also. If they
Yeah.
took that rule, wait 15 minutes after you take a loss instead of getting in this. mindset where you're beating this trade down or beating the market down. Like, no, now it's it. And then you end up really messing up your account.
And that's why I do it to avoid the tilt. But sometimes tilt is inevitable, right?
Right. Yeah, for
Sometimes it
sure.
just happens.
Field expert.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it my
Yeah.
imagination? But is
Sometimes it just happens. But
now,
we try to avoid it to the best of our abilities.
Linz, you've been doing this for years, so I'm sure there was a period of time where you were trading NQ as opposed to MNQ. Do you find the tilt more likely to happen when you have higher leverage?
So for me, when I would go on tilt, when I go back in a trade, I would add more leverage. So I'd risk higher than what I was already risking. It would just kind of be like a back to back setup. And then I'll look back and say, wow, I took like 10, maybe 20 entries in the same spot. And then I'll see my setup. And then you just kind of look back like, wow. Or,
It's
like
an
you said, I'll
avalanche
have so
that
much
clears
risk
up
on
once you
that I'll
roll your
keep
account.
closing it, when I could have just held it and it would have went in my favor. But because I'm in drawdown with such high risk, I just keep closing it and losing more and more. I could have just took it once with one small risk, and had the correct stop loss on, and then it would
Yeah,
have been fine. But
it,
yeah, that's what I've experienced too
it's
many
that
times.
music of chance where it tells you, look, you can make it all back in 5 seconds.
Yep,
And that's what kills you.
absolutely. It's tough. It's tough. That's why I always recommend practicing discipline in real life because that's where I've seen it be better for me on the charts. So little things like going to the gym, requiring myself to go on hikes, walks, like there's certain things that I do in my schedule that require a lot of discipline. Even if I don't feel like doing it, I do it. And I do see that reflect on the charts.
I find trading MNQ is more an art, whereas NQ it's just like in out, in out, in out. It's a whole different mindset. Um, Definitely. And the other thing that I didn't expect when joining the group, the Discord, before I take a trade, and most of them have been practice trades, and I was going to trade on Friday. I was going to take one, but I waited and I waited and it never happened. But one thing I didn't expect is, look, if you're going to take a trade, share, and then you go to yourself, now is this worthy to post? Right? Is it
Mm,
a good enough setup to actually say, hey guys, not that you're going to do this, but this is what I'm doing. I'm exposing myself to either being a careless trader or one that really is considering what we're trying to do. So that is pressure, and it's also pressure on me to just control myself.
it's good though, because it almost kind of holds you accountable, right?
Yeah.
That's the part I think is helpful. Even with the stream, like you find yourself going on tilt, you may say, "Oh wait, well she's waiting. Maybe I could wait too." Like it's very helpful. Yeah, I
And
like that you
full
said that.
disclosure,
Yeah.
I won a couple of trades during the time that I was, the three losses were not back to back, thank God. But because I was in that little range, I, would get little wins, and then I would see another setup, and I'd get back in, and then it would it would trail me. I would, move my stop loss, and then it would trail me out, and so they weren't back to back to back. But my I have a rule for myself. If I lose a certain amount, either in one trade or three, I definitely have a three strikes rule. It doesn't have to be back to back. If I lose three trades in a session, in a sit down, that okay, I'm going to trade from this time to this time. If I lose three trades within that time frame, I'm done. I don't care if it's $20, 20 cents. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It's, I'm not seeing it correctly, and so that's my rule, and I stuck to it. And that's kind of what you have to have. You have to have that discipline of okay, I'm not seeing it. The market's not following through. Something's not right here, and I just need to stop while I'm ahead. But at $2 a point, if I lost $300, that's not bad on three separate trades. If you think about how big the wicks have been on MMQ.
Yeah, MNQ's wicks have honestly been ridiculous if you compare it to NQ. Like the wicks are longer on MNQ, which is a little annoying. But yeah, no, you're right. I will say the reason why it's hard for traders to do it is because they haven't seen success by waiting. They haven't seen success by, okay, let me just take a small red day and bounce back. They haven't seen it play out in their favor. That's why it's hard to do. But me, I will tell you, like three strikes in a row, I'll take the minus 600, minus 700. And then the rest of the week, I'm green, 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 you know? And then it's a green week and it's fine, you know? But a lot of people don't allow themselves to get to that point. They go, I'm not going to take this minus 600. I can make the 600 back. They end up blowing the account. Now what? You know, when you could have slowly crawled back, you could have made 200 tomorrow, 300 the next day, 200 the next day, right? You would have made it back, you know? So it's
Another
really
thing that I
mindset.
did, another thing that I did because I'm not used to trading Asian session as much as I am New York, even though I had won pretty much all week and I was trading two contracts pretty much all week during New York, I sized down intentionally to take the trades that I took on Asia session, and I only did one contract um, on with the exception of one trade. Only one trade was a two contract trade, and it ended up being a winner. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you just have to be willing to say, okay, I'm not used to doing something at this time or in this way, and so if I'm going to trade, let me trade with less size and less inventory, and take the win or take the lesson, and just move on. Um, and I've actually, I kind of wish that your strategy worked a little bit better for some other markets that are less as far as the point value. But I mean, MNQ is, I've kind of been watching it for the last couple of weeks, and it sets up the best for MNQ. And so I'm still watching the other pairs that are a little bit less, but I'm gonna have to figure out a tweak to make it work on those other pairs.
Yeah, I like what you said about lowering your risk during Asian session because it's not your, primary session. That's the best way to do it. Just use one contract. You can even say, sometimes I'll say, okay, I'll do one contract Asian session, one and done. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. And I'll just keep it like that. Because the worst thing you can do, and I've seen people do it, you go on tilt during Asian session, you didn't even give yourself a chance to trade New York session. Then blew the account, you know? Um, and also, yeah, my strategy is for NQ. Um, I haven't been on gold in a little while, but it should work for gold as well. But I wouldn't be careful trying to trade too many different pairs because you have to think about what's given to you, what works, right? What's been working for you? What's been making you money? If you can compound that, think about where you'll be, right? I think you did what, $400 the last couple weeks, pretty consistently.
Um, $400, yeah, a day, pretty much. And I haven't been trading other pairs. I've just been marking the daily and the weekly, and seeing if these other pairs react in the same way in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. Some of the other pairs that are less um, costly don't necessarily leave some of the hints behind quite like MNQ does, that are part of the checklist. So that's why I said I'm not really technically trading them. I'm just kind of watching them and watching when MNQ is just not acting right. I'll go and look at at crude oil, and I'll go look at gold, and I'll go look at
Gold loves bank zones compared to NQ.
right.
NQ really likes those 20s and 80s, but gold with bank zones is like icing on the cake.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so and then the other one is the Dow Jones. So the the Dow Jones is the one that I'm kind of really wanting to try to, because it's 50 cent a contract. So it's much smaller leverage, but it just doesn't move anywhere close to any of the other pairs, and then it doesn't
It
really.
actually, I can't say too much, but it does. And I used to trade it on stream all the time back in like 2021, US 30. There's a, I'll show you on, I'll show you on the weekend. But there is
Okay,
a
I look
way
forward to it.
to kind of read all pairs, no matter what pair it is, and I'll show you over the weekend. How about that?
I appreciate it, but again, I just been looking at them. I haven't actually even been trading them on even my just demo. I just been, like I said, marking up the levels and watching what price does at those levels and seeing how differently it reacts. But I haven't been able to do that as much because my primary focus is on MNQ during the time that I can trade. And,
Hmm.
I'm usually watching price action on MNQ um, like a hawk, where I occasionally get to look at some of the other ones. But again, I'm not trading them. I'm just taking the
But
information and trying to say, okay,
think about tunnel vision, right? To become successful, once you get something that starts working, you got to stick with it, right? You got to stick with it. See how you're already like, well, let me try to look at some other pairs that are cheaper. But you just found an outlet. You just found the exit to the tunnel, but you want to go check out the other tunnels. Let's get you through this tunnel first. Let's get you to the finish line. And then, you want to go back and do the race again. Okay, cool. Go change, go try a different route. You know what I mean? Let's get you paid first.
100%, and
Let's get you
I
some big
agree.
payouts. Gotta be tunnel
And
visioned.
my focus is on NQ and getting to a payout on MNQ. I'm sorry, first. Matter of fact, me and NQ Soccer Mom, I was telling her I have other accounts. I bought two Tradify accounts, and she was asking me why I wasn't trading those, and I was like, I'm getting this one to pay out first before I even start on the other ones. And she was like, kind of like mesmerized by, like, that must take a lot of discipline, and and
Absolutely. That's incredible discipline to have accounts and not trade them. Incredible. And that's good practice. Just be careful though, because I don't know if I have to look up the inactive rule. I don't know if they take them away if you're not active.
I just bought them the other day, so um, if I need, I'll take a look at that rule too.
Yeah, just be careful. It's probably like a 30-day thing, I'm assuming. So, yeah, we'll have to look into that. Let's take a pause on our conversation because I'm going to do an announcement. Just going to mute myself. Chat, I'm here, chat. What's going on, chat? How are we doing, chat? Let me get some ones in the chat. We're in this consolidation. Hopefully nobody got rinsed in this. Like I said, it's only retail traders in the market. So that's why you're seeing this mess. It's a half a day today as well. Those of you just joining us, I just want to do some quick announcements. Let me see here. So, Top Step has announced something pretty big. As you know, Tradify has announced their new bonuses for those trading in live accounts. TopStep has just launched a new bonus as well. So they took Tradify's idea and said, you know what, let's make it better. Right? So basically, Top Step's performance bonus is going to be every single month versus Tradify's bonus for the live accounts is just for 2 months. The difference is Tradify's bonus is guaranteed to you. Top Step's bonus is based on how you rank with all the other live traders. Let me show you real quick. So as you can see, there's going to be a leaderboard here with Top Step, only for the live account traders, and whoever makes the most money at the end of the month gets 100K. Something like that. They said 100 grand for the first prize. I don't know how many winners there are off the top of my head. I think they said like 100 winners. So the top 100 P&Ls. So that's interesting. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know. Prop firm news. Let me know what you think about it in the chat. Like I said, I know Tradify, you're not in competition with other people. It's just about you being disciplined and consistent. You know, you get your own bonus if you get it. With Top Step, you got to compete with others to get that bonus. 100 grand cash or account? Oh, cash. They're giving away cash. Yeah, they're rewarding cash. Here's my thing though. Whoever's up in first place, 100 grand bonus. Jeez. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying I don't know is because it's kind of like they're probably already up that much if they won anyway, right? Or is it just me? Am I tripping? Let me know what y'all think. You don't like the competition part? Yeah, see, that's the part, yeah. It's like, okay. But I also feel like, obviously, people are going to be... They already leverage high with Top Step, but they're definitely going to be leveraging high for that first place prize, right? They're definitely going to be... Look. And they're doing this every month. So that's the kicker. The kicker is they're going to do this every month. That's what they said. Versus Tradify, you're not in competition with nobody. It's just you being consistent. You get your bonus. It don't matter what anybody else is doing. So you're guaranteed your bonus. This is not guaranteed. This is what everyone else. But it's interesting. But I did see Tradify's CEO posted, just wait till August. So maybe Tradify's CEO is going to make a change to the live bonuses based on Top Step's, thing here. Like I said, Top Step kind of took their idea and said, you know what? We're going to give you a bonus every month. But it's a competition based. So we'll see. I don't know. August is coming up soon. Tradify is going to announce something really big. I'm thinking maybe they'll make it similar. I don't know. But stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. I think that was it for announcements. Did I have another one? No, that was it. That was it. All right, I'm going to come back on the mic now. All right, I'm back. What do y'all think about Top Step's live performance bonuses being a competition?
I don't like it. Not one bit. It's like they're encouraging the shenanigans. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Because people are going to be doing crazy stuff to be one of the top traders. To get some type of payout. And I, I just don't tend to like baity type. Let me bait you into trading more or trading
And
more
blowing your live
risky.
account.
Yeah. I mean that's basically what they're doing, and people are going to oblige them because they'll reset, or whatever the case may be, and it's just bad habits begetting bad habits. I would rather have a shorter period. You know, I'm gonna get this as long as I do this, as long as I stay consistent, and have a shorter period than have it every single month, and I'm having to deal with trying to compete with other people who are not trading within a framework, or
Yes. Yeah.
you know
Oh, I see where you're
what I mean. They're
going.
just
Mm-hmm.
they're just throwing Lambo lots on it and hoping, hoping for the best, and that's just not good. People doing
That's a great point.
martingale and versions of martingale, and like those are the type of people that are going to be, you know oh, watch me do this, and X, Y, and Z. And it's not fundamentally sound. It's not good for your emotional capital. It's just not good. It's good for the prop firm because they know that people are going to blow their live accounts, and then they're going to buy more challenges, and then get back to live, and then rinse repeat um, the same cycle. But for me, I would just I'm so focused on my process and trading micros, and just that. I don't care about competing with anybody else and 100 grand. Like, I, I could care less. I want to get this trading style down. I want to, get to a payout. And even if my payout is only, let's say it was 2 grand, I would be skipping down the street about
One thing I
being able
noticed with that
to do that.
with the program for Top Step is one trader gets, I think, maybe 100,000 or some ridiculous amount. Is I think that's correct, or some
Yeah,
amount.
first place is
But
100K cash.
okay, well, I just don't see the point of that. I think everybody would like it more if everybody would just have an opportunity, even if it's a smaller bonus, to get the bonus if they meet a criteria rather than having that competitive edge on it. Just
They do
well,
have
just
that, but I'm
limiting.
wondering if they
I
took
mean,
that away. They do have a criteria for everybody to meet, and then you get like a small bonus. Like the first bonus, I think you have to make 5,000 in payouts. Or no, I think it's how much is it, chat? 15,000, I
yeah,
think. 15,000, I
I
think they
still
give
don't
you a
like
thousand
one
dollars.
person getting the 100,000. I just think that's ridiculous. Because if you're trying to make this a profession, and it's almost like you have your mini prop firm, just kind of like S&B, I just think it would make more sense to to give more traders the opportunity to share in the bonus than just saying, oh well, here's the top trader to get 100,000. I don't like
Yeah.
that at all, and I'm
And like
surprised
Rico
that
said,
Michael was
Lambo
caught for
lots,
doing
right?
that.
Like
Exactly.
I almost feel like first place is going to be rewarded for throwing on huge size, and I don't want to say getting lucky, but instead of actually like trading a
But I thought
system,
that's
and you know what I
exactly
mean?
what Patop doesn't like. Michael Patop, he doesn't like that. So why would he implement this type of
You know
contest?
why?
To me, it
Because
just seems like a contest.
you'll notice these companies implement things when they're losing customers, and right now, based on the way their live account is set up, it's not worth it because they're only giving you 25% of the money you made. So after they switch you to live, they're taking 75% of your money and they're locking it up, and they're calling it putting it in a safe, but you have to unlock your own money every single month in bits of getting payouts, which most people statistically don't get to, right? Um, and essentially you lose that money that you made in your funded account, which is really yours. So people are
Yeah, and
kind of
that's the other
getting
part
on
I
them, and
don't
it's
like
like, what's the
about it.
point? You might as well just have your own live account, you know?
Yeah, I think everybody should, as they
So they're
get their
trying to get
payout,
people to
even
stay
if
with the live
the payout.
accounts. That's what I think.
Yeah,
They're trying to
yeah,
give you a
just
reason to have a live account with them. Hmm.
I see. Yeah, well, it's not giving me a reason if I can't just meet my own criteria and I have to compete, with a small number of slots for the bonus. I mean, I do realize competition isn't everything, and I think that's fine,
Hmm.
but I do think that's ridiculous, especially if you're paying these bonuses out of money that, you say you're locking away and we're going to get it once we get to live. But oh no, now you're in live, so we're just going to move the target just a little bit further down the down the road.
Yeah, they went from, okay, you get 5 payouts and you're funded, we move you to live, to we can move you at any time. So imagine like you're up pretty big. Let's just say you want to take, I don't know, like a 20 grand payout. You got 5 accounts. And they're like, oh, wait a minute, we're moving you to live. You can't take your 20 grand payout. And this is what people were
Right,
getting really
exactly.
upset about, you know? It's
Yeah,
tough.
Yeah,
but
and then you
that,
invest so much in evaluations, it makes you
Hmm.
feel like, well, if I invest this much in evaluations, they say I can have 5 accounts. I would think I'd be able to have them for a while to be, then you say, oh, now you're in live. That's why I say any money I make in the evaluations or sim funded, I'll probably just be taking it out. I won't be waiting to get these really large payouts. That's just the way I plan to do it.
Yeah. And
me
I
too.
like the way Tradify is doing their live accounts where they're not combining it into one. They're letting you keep, say you got 5 accounts, you keep your five, they just switch them to a live. And then if those
I
accounts
like that too.
qualify for a bonus, okay, then each account individually gets a bonus based on the way you're being disciplined, not based on other people, you know. And that's not bad. 200, what is it, $250 days? You just need 5 of them. That's not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I want to look into how Tradify actually does the base program for the live. I think it's pretty good because actually I think it's daily payouts, and I think it's not even a minimum amount. Once you, I guess, get over a buffer or whatnot, like there's not like, oh, you have to have a 500 minimal withdrawal request or anything like that. So I need to look into it again. It's been a while since I looked into it because, at
Yeah, if
this
you
point,
choose daily, you do need a buffer, but if you choose, like I choose the 5 days, so like every 5 days of profit, you get
well,
paid. You
I
don't have to
mean
worry
for the
about a
live
buffer.
program, Lens, I was wondering, like,
Oh,
I
the
need to go
live.
back and
Okay,
look
yeah.
at for the live program, just the base, not the bonus, but just, I think that's all daily payouts. Once you get to the live, just for the regular payments, I need to look at that
Hmm.
again. So I think I liked that program as well, just their base program.
Hello?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm hoping they're not going to make a change to their bonuses based on what Top Step just announced, because I know they see that they kind of like took their idea and changed it up a little bit. Now the CEO's like, okay, wait till August. So I'm like,
And you got
please
to
don't
think
make it a
that a lot of these
competition.
companies are just are looking for more ways to pay out less people so that the big wigs at the top can keep more money because that's exactly what all these rules are for because they know that's such a small percentage. So if they can make that percentage even smaller, why would it's in their best interest because they get to keep all the money. But
Yeah,
here's the thing,
only 10% of
my
people get to
plan
fund it.
my plan and everybody's plan with prop firms should be, in my opinion, get to a payout or a couple of payouts, take that money, whatever it is, set it aside for your own personal live account and use the prop firms to fund you up to a certain point and then just be trading that personal live account more. And then if you want to continue to just get accounts and keep on rinse and repeating, there's nothing wrong with that. But the one thing that's great about um once you have your own live account, then there's nobody saying, oh, we're going to lock away 75% of there's no more of that. And
Hmm.
so the prop firms give you an easy entry level, but you shouldn't want to just continue to play the prop firm game because they're, like she said, the NQ soccer mom said, they're continuing to move the goalpost. And they can do it at any time. And so get in, get out, use it for what it's for, set the money aside, use it to trade your own personal account, use
And learn
small
AI.
leverage, and just keep on chugging along. And I'm gonna say one more thing before I get off here because I gotta get to resting from for my night tonight. But
Hmm.
if you guys are not in the Sunday lab, if you it doesn't matter what level that you're at, y'all need to get in. Just period, point blank. Stop watching for free. You're not gonna pick it up. You're not going to learn what you need to learn, and it's well worth the investment. You're going to get with other traders that are going to, get with you and help you and do Zooms with you. And again, for the members, if you guys want to do more of the group Zooms, get with me in Discord, and I'll respond when I can. Liz, I appreciate you, everything that you do. Um, the people that don't know your situation as far as medically, I mean, it's just amazing and inspiring that you come to stream every day, ready, positive, full of energy, and I just, my prayers continue to stay with you every day, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of the team and a part of your community, and anybody else that's listening to this call should aspire to do the same. And y'all be good. I'm out. One love.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rico. It's
Rico.
been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Very good.
Kiki, welcome to the official fam. I see you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so we're talking about the live accounts. So yeah, the point of the live accounts, they said, well, speaking of Top Step, is hey, the point is to get traders to get to the live account. Don't just stay with a prop firm. You have to, because we got to keep people trading. But if they feel that way, then make the live account be like a live account, right? Your money's not locked up all the way in the live account. So like you said,
Right, and Lens, I thought they would be able to do that because you're not paying a sim funds. We're actually in the live market. You're making a percentage of what we make. So I thought that was the whole point of taking everyone to the live account. So why the need to just continue to shave it down farther and farther? I don't know. And trust me, I understand and I want these prop firms to be in business because if they can't remain liquid, then I don't have a prop firm to trade with.
true.
But, let's just be fair. And I noticed too now, Top Step does have its own brokerage now. And I think maybe My Funded Futures is maybe doing that too now. So I don't know. Maybe
Really?
they're starting to,
Well, I know Top Step has a broker, but yeah, I'll be honest. Don't trust my funded futures, and I'll leave it at that. Won't say no more than
oh,
that.
no, for sure. I was
But
just
yeah,
trying
but
to
yeah,
look at
Top Step
trends to
did
say,
create their brokerage. I did get an invite. It looks like they're like slowly letting people in. I don't know what's up with that though. I don't know why they're slowly letting people in instead of just launching it fully. But
probably because they're not fully prepared. And,
mm,
just like the Top Step X, maybe they're just not fully capable of handling a lot of customers at a full onslaught of customers right now. I mean, that's what I would think it is.
yeah.
But
Oh, Monique, thank you for the 1,000 jewels. I see you. Thank you so much. The goat
hi,
trophy.
Monique.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, woke trader. Yes, we can hear you.
How are we
I
doing?
will.
It's my first time, nervous.
Ah, you'll be fine. I promise. After you speak a couple times, you get used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Lynn, I don't know how to thanking you. Like you helping me. The way you're speechless, the way you talking, you break down the trading thing is awesome, and that your every time I show up in your live and break it down the way we have to treat the account, the way we have to break a slow down. Um, Thank you. I don't know how to thank you for that, and it's awesome. Your work is valuable, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm glad
And
it's helping.
yeah, and we're talking about the live account right now. I'm waiting my live account with Apex. It's a good thing for me and to go live with Apex. But I think Tradeify got the best. In my opinion, it's not. In my opinion, Tradeify got the best live account ever because the way if you take it slow and try to go live with Tradeify, for me, Tradify is the number one. Even though I'm going with Apex, and but they Tradify because they if you got a five account and they put you live, they put you live with all five account. But Apex like just start with you one account and you have to scale in to get five account with Apex. And it's
Yeah, I saw
also
someone say they only give you like 3,000 to start with, no
yeah.
matter how much you made. Is that true?
Yeah. They're gonna start with me with 2,000, and after that, if you reach, I think 4,000 or the amount of profit, they're gonna add another one. Every time you reach a target, they're gonna add another one until you get
Yeah, see,
five.
that's not fair.
Yeah, and it was like I was like it wasn't they take me live because I start with one account and I take some payout and I blow it because I was like couldn't slow down, and I was over leveraging, and after I lose that account, I buy 10 more, and I pass those 10 account, and I get my first payout with them. It
Hmm.
was like my first bigger payout was 11K, and I take that payout, and they in the second day in the second week. I missed just one day to take another payout with them, and they just graduate those account and put me live. And until today, I'm waiting for my account. Maybe I think for the two
So
next
what
week.
happens to your money that you made when they wiped it and put you live? Did they pay you that?
No, I mean, I was like 4 days. I was like 4 days, and I was needed one day more to get to qualify for the payout, but they didn't wait in that. They just take me,
Oh.
and I lose
Okay,
that
now I
payout.
see why people are complaining on
Yeah,
Twitter
I
about
think
that. Okay, yep.
yeah, it's I was like in that I was like so stressful about like oh and I was working with other account and I was stressed out for that, and I lose those accounts, losing some money, and I came back with you because I was like I don't know why I'm always struggle with Nasdaq, and maybe for my personality I always my 80% of winning of trade is with ES. I trade ES more than Nasdaq because I always struggle with Nasdaq. I don't know why. I try to always like enter with low micro, like 1, 2, 3 micro, but I'm still struggle with Nasdaq. That's why I always trade ES. My 80% of trading days is with ES, and
Hmm.
because I think Nasdaq make deeper retracement than ES.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
yesterday, I think yesterday or Wednesday, we was in a trade, and I was looking that trade you take. Nasdaq just make a retracement like 92 point like that, and ES just make 5 point of retracement. That's different. That's why I go with ES. It's my own personality to go with ES, and I always trading more ES more than Nasdaq, and I stay with ES, and that's why I get more payout. All my payout is with ES. I can trade
Beautiful.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm so excited to talking with y'all my first time, and thank you. I appreciate it. All that speechless, and I think I'm still gonna be there with us, and love y'all.
Congratulations on the 11K.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was
can
my
we get some
biggest.
W's in the
It's
chat? Chat.
yeah,
11K
it was
payout.
my big.
Let's get some
And
W's.
my first payout was in 2020 January 2025 with Apex. My first payout ever in trading.
That's
I take
nice.
after that
Good
payout.
feeling, right?
That's amazing, Luke.
Finally got
After
something
that
out of it,
payout, I
right?
thought listen that story. After I take like that payout, my first payout with trading, and because my story is because I was living in Argentina. Like I lived 7 years in Argentina, and I came here USA February 2, 2024. But I was practicing learning trading, and when I came here, and I know I listen more about future about because I start learning with forex, and when I came here in 2024, I start looking for more features, and I still learning, buy account, blowing account, buying account, blowing account. In 2025, I think it was it wasn't like I was good enough, but I buy account with Apex, and I get that payout in January. The first I take the payout in Tuesday and Wednesday I blow the account. That
It's
account
okay.
gone. And after that payout, it take me August to get another payout with, I think it was with a take profit trader. I take that payout. It take me like 6 months to get another payout, but I was still like, I wasn't like I have some sorry for my English, because I'm still learning English. I'm still learning
So let
improve
me ask
myself
you
every
this.
day.
You're with
Yeah.
Apex now with a live account currently?
Yeah,
And
I'm
just
still
them?
waiting. They didn't onboard me yet. Maybe next week or in the end of the month they're gonna onboard me for the live account. But yesterday I just passed my a 50K growth account with Tradify,
Oh,
and
congrats. There we go.
last night I took a trade in Asia session. I'm up like 500 like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm still, I got another account with Topset. I got 500 profit too with Topset, and I'm still going on. Still going. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for everything you say, and the live is helpful, and in the chat you got the chat is awesome. Everybody share good thing, motivate us, and it's awesome. I love y'all and respect for, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Woke Trader. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So before I forget, with Top Step and Apex's live accounts, for people who don't know, you may say, well, why don't you just close the account and get paid and not deal with it? On Apex, I saw on Twitter last week a trader showed that they do give you the option to opt out the live account. But if you do choose to opt out the live account, you can no longer purchase any more Apex accounts. You're banned. And also, you're not getting paid the money you were qualified for a payout either, which kind of sucks, right? So it's basically opt into our live account or be banned and not get your money. That's messed up. Like, just straight up, that's messed up.
It certainly is.
Oh, go ahead, Mayo.
No, I was just agreeing with you. It's
Oh,
pretty messed up.
yeah, so that's and then on Top Step, I didn't see anything about getting banned, but I did see traders show that you don't get the full payout of your money. They only give you like 1,000 or something. So let's say like they moved you to a live account and you had 20,000 and they locked up 75% of it. If you opt out of the live account, they don't pay you the full. And they said if you do want to get paid full, you can, but I think you need like 4 payouts in your live account and then you qualify to get paid full out all of your balance. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think the with what I'm sorry, I'm nervous speaking out loud too,
No, you're
but
good.
with what Rico was saying, I think it's just going to get so hard for all the prop firms. At some point, they're all going to be looking more and more like this, and we need to build up our
Personal accounts.
coffers in order to trade on our own.
Yeah, yeah. I'd
I
say
And
agree.
yeah,
back in around 2022 when I was trading on live accounts here on stream, we'd have like an $800 day or $1,000 day, and I would show them withdrawing the money on stream right after the trade, and I was showing them the perks of having your own personal live account, right? No one could tell me I can't withdraw the money. I could draw what I want, you know. But even back then, I would show them, okay, made 1,000 today on stream. Not going to withdraw the full 1,000. Going to leave a little cushion. Just withdraw like 750. But I have that access every day, you know. And so like the process of a cushion is good because you do have to do that in your own personal account. Because if you never build a cushion, you're always going to be at the same balance. To be fair. So that is something, you can learn from a prop firm is okay, build a cushion in your own personal live account. When you take a payout, you may take out 80% of what you made. That is pretty standard. So I'm glad they do have that at least. I know the companies get a 20% cut or 10% cut, but that is, for those of you listening, if you never had your own live account, that is what you do in your own live account. You only take like 80% of what you made out. Try to build that cushion. Because if you go on a losing streak, well, now what? You're gonna wish you had a small cushion. But yeah, sorry, NQ Soccer Mom, did I cut you off?
Oh no, I didn't say anything, but I do think I do want to go ahead and start just slowly building my personal account again and practicing taking maybe a couple of trades a week off of the personal account because I think a lot of the things that get me is sometimes having to do 5 days or so many days to get to the payout. And within that time period, something happens. Whereas if you have a good day on your personal account, even if you're just trading a small account like myself and you're just trading on one micro, even if you make $100 and leaving your cushion, I mean, you might be able to put aside 50. I don't know, but
Hmm.
at least you could have something to give you that mental feedback.
Yeah, and you don't need like crazy money in an account to be full time. Like you don't need to put 100K in there or half a million in there or whatever you guys see online. Um, for me is for me it's small, but for me I had a separate
And
small account of like 20K that I was trading with you guys, and you guys saw it was a live account, my cash. And even with the 20K, I'll risk like two, 300 per trade. 1% or 1.5% is my sweet spot with my personal accounts. And even with that, we'll still make 600 a day. And 600 a day, I mean, 5 days a week, that's 3 grand. So it's not what people think. You don't need to throw 100K in your live account. You can have 10 grand, 15 grand, and you can do pretty well. You know, you can do pretty well.
yeah, I want to definitely try that moving forward, putting more emphasis on the personal account as well as I do think prop firms should be used while they're here. I think we should definitely use them, and I would definitely leverage the prop firms.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're here for us to scale them. But as you can see, the rules, I don't want to say the rules keep changing. I understand from a business perspective they have to. But it's also, in my opinion, if I'm gonna say it, I know it's gonna be an unpopular opinion, but don't let people trade minis. Or if you let them trade minis, limit them to one or two contracts. And you'll get rid of a lot of this gambling nonsense. And don't get me wrong, not everyone trading minis are gambling, but there are a big chunk of them who are they're full porting buys with Top Step and then they're full porting sells with, let's say, Apex. One of them's gonna win, right? And that's what they've been doing.
Well,
And yeah, that's what they've been doing, and
yeah,
that's why.
you don't have to let them trade the minis. You're right.
Mhm.
If they're having an issue with, especially I've been hearing lately now, even with Take Profit Trader, that the CEO doesn't want people, or if you trade, especially the open, and you're using those minis, you get put in their special program because even though he recognizes that's a legitimate strategy, it's not in line with their risk management or the way they want their business. So yeah, and even for me personally, which is one of the things that really drew me to you and your business and your streamlands, is just getting myself of the off of the mini because like I was addicted to the mini, and so
Same here. Here, here.
I had to learn to how to trade, and I didn't believe anybody could be successful or make money trading the micros. But I have had to learn and practice trading the micro, and I'm so again so thankful for the lab teaching me a strategy to of course, again, another one of the things I'm so thankful about is having some strategies and entry models where I can really just slow myself down, take less trades, the better trades, maybe
Hmm.
stay in those trades a little bit longer than what I was used to, but also using the micros and seeing that I can sustain off the micros, and then I have to just get rid of that bad habit of if I take a couple of losses, here I am, is adding that NQ chart back, and then it's just like I make that mental note. Okay, if you add this NQ chart back and try to make this up, you're gonna blow the account, and that's what literally happens now.
You know what I always say, because I got so much crap last year about the micros, and the thing is how many people make 300 in a day at their day job? How many people make 500 in a day at their day job? Not too many. All right, so when you put it in that perspective, it's like you're not making over 10 grand a month at your 9 to 5, then micros is making more than that, you know? When you put it into perspective, um, like 300 a day with 5 accounts is 1,500 in a day, and imagine scaling that, you know, 20 trading
Is
days, that's what,
amazing.
30,000 a month?
That's
That's
amazing.
somebody's salary,
Yeah,
just
it's just like you
micros.
said a few minutes ago, Lynn. It's just if you could just give yourself that opportunity to just experience that one time. If, just to give yourself the opportunity to let your account just live, take that loss or that small controlled loss and come back the next day, try to take those base hits of that 200 or 300 a day, or even if it's 100 a day, just to give yourself the opportunity to experience that success. That's the mindset that I'm really working on, and definitely being a part of this community is helping me to focus on that mindset rather than just feeling like I have to rush, rush, rush every day and have everything perfect, have my literally, have my consistency to the exact number every day. For instance,
Hmm.
if Tradify says on the evaluation, I can make 600 a day. Okay, here I am trying to take one more trade to, I may have it 400, but no, I'm going to get it to 500. I have lost accounts trying to get it to 599.50, trying to get it 600 on the dot. It's just, you
Yep.
have to let go of that mindset of just having to run this particular race in a certain way, and just let yourself experience success in small bites and slowly. So thank you, Liz. I do appreciate, you encouraging us for that and teaching me how to use the micros effectively, how to take a step by step process to slow myself down, to take less trades, but better trades, more high probability setups on a higher time frame, because I have been a 1 minute trader the entire time that I've been trading. So going to the
I
three
started on
minute,
the
going
one
to the
minute too,
5 minute.
just so you know.
Oh, you did as well?
Yeah, it
Yeah, it's
was
very
quite the
addictive,
transition.
very
it
addictive. Yeah, it's
it
just
was
so
tough.
addictive. So I just appreciate that. And even like just some of the basics that I just really didn't grasp over the years, like support and resistance. I never would even put that on my chart at all, because I just don't feel that it was ever really explained to me very well what it was for, and how I was supposed to be using it. So, I've been knowing about support and resistance. It was one of the first things that was ever taught to me, but it just wasn't explained how to use it. Now I'm going, putting in, levels on my chart. It's just unheard of. So just the way you've taught things, ranges, chopping, it's just a concept that I have just basically ignored. But
And look at it
because of
today,
the way
chopping. You stayed
oh my
out, right?
God, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I've
Someone else
definitely
blew their
stayed
accounts
out.
today, unfortunately, through this, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, I'm so thankful I'm not trading any accounts today. I'm just enjoying this conversation with you and these fellow traders in the lab. So I'm just really thankful for it. So yes, I mean the lab has been wonderful. I'm very thankful for you and your lab.
Thank you. We're going to be doing more support and resistance this week. Um, just because Rico had a comment about the different pairs, and there is a way. There's a reason why, like years ago, when people, I would ask people, "Hey, what pair you want me to look at?" I'll do a quick analysis in 2 minutes. Boom, 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 plays out, but I don't trade that pair. They're like, "Well, how do you do that?" Well, price action is the same on every chart. There's little differences, of course. Every pair moves its own way, but I'll show you guys a little trick this weekend. Show
You know
you a
what I
little
love
trick.
too? Um, I love the story you're telling when the trade is taking place before and after. And like when a person hears the story, look at the how this was rejected, look at the size of that wick, look when it did reject and pushed up, it crossed over to the next level. That tells me this. It's this whole story that there's logic behind it, and there it leads to logic, right? And it allows you to point to wherever you want to. It gives you a, a good guess of where it might go, right? Whereas, oh, look at that, chase it. Look at that, go for it. And
Mm-hmm.
this thing, you're not fooling yourself. But with this conversation, it leads to, okay, I'm going to enter, right? And I am
Entering
giving
with
an
reason.
educated guess that
Mm-hmm.
it will go here. And I'm willing to lose this amount. And then when you're still walking through the trade as it's happening, right? When it goes to the next level, the size of the wick, it just makes sense. I want to be able to have those conversations with myself when I'm placing trades, and I try to make it up, but when you speak, of course, I mean, we're talking, I mean, why would they sound the same? But when I hear you speak, there's, oh, of course it's going up, or of course it's going down. I don't have the confidence where the conversation goes that way when I'm trading yet. Of course, that takes time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been 13 years for me, about to be 14 years, so long time of losing, you can say, and seeing a lot in these markets. It's true. You train your eyes to see these patterns all those years, and what's up, Jumper? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I just seen Jumper was in here. What's going on, Jumper? For those who don't know, Jumper is an
What's up? What's up?
incredible
Good morning.
trader. How
How
you
are you
doing?
guys? I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Can't complain. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. These are our Trading Lab members. I don't know if you've seen in the main chat, but we got people making 2K back-to-back weeks. The results are
Saw that yesterday,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, they only
Congratulations to those
had like
traders.
4 classes for me so far, but these results are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping it simple, just giving them a simple checklist. Boom, boom, boom. Enter.
That's
Simple
really all
stuff.
it takes. You don't really have to complicate it.
How's your
Once
trading
you
been going?
simplify it, it's been good. This month of June was pretty slow. I've only taken, there was two, three trades. So it's
Okay,
been
yep.
pretty slow for me, but not too bad.
Feel free to post your trades in the chat. I've seen your trades. They're amazing.
Thank you.
I know
Yeah,
you
I'll
take
post it. It
bigger
was
trades.
the last trade I took was US 30.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
How's US 30 been this year? Does it have a lot of volume to it, like Nasdaq?
Yeah, it's very similar to NAS. I would say there has been some days where, for the most part, most of the indexes when it comes to like NAS, S&P, US 30, they move very similar. But these last like couple months, I'll say like last 2, 3 months, there'll be some days where US 30 would be skyrocketing, and
Hmm.
then you go look at NAS and S&P and it's doing the complete opposite, or vice versa. It could be dropping and then the other two could be pushing up. But when it comes to the volume, yeah, the volume on US 30 is always nice.
See, that's why I don't base my analysis on what US 30 is doing. I notice
You
when I
can't.
check other streams, a lot of people are asking, "Hey, do you base NAS off of what US 30 is doing?" And
Yeah, the correlations is a different
yeah, the
thing.
correlations. Yeah, I notice
Yeah.
a lot of new traders are discovering that there is a correlation and they're like basing it off of that. That's how I
Yeah.
was when I
Honestly,
started, though. I thought they all correlated all the time.
yeah, in the beginning, I thought the same, and a lot of people look at the dollar as well, DXY,
Hmm.
to look at the correlations. But what I've been saying for like the past, pretty much since this year, the correlations are good, but it just depends on the market conditions that you're in, right? So it's sometimes you'll look and then the correlations will be completely off, and then some days it'll be doing the same thing. But as long as you just keep following your rules, it shouldn't be too difficult. Like, yeah, US 30 could be skyrocketing, but if structure or something is telling you on NAS that it's just not going to go up, you shouldn't chase that trade.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you're saying that here because I think a lot of newbies get that confused. They're like, "Oh, US 30 shooting up. Let me take a buy on NAS," thinking, "Oh, NAS is just going a little slower, so I could tell the future now."
Mm. Yeah, it's just even if you look at it for today, like US 30 and NAS, for the most part, move completely different today. And
Let
even
me
for
pull
like the
up US
930
30.
open, US 30 gave us a little bit of volume that NAS didn't give us. So like
Let's
if
see.
today's or same thing as S&P or ES on the future side. So like if you're a trader that's trading those correlations and you see, oh, US 30 is going up, I'm just gonna take this trade on NAS or S&P, you're just stuck in a range.
Yeah. Have you been gaming lately?
No, I haven't. This year I've been off the games. I haven't played this new game. I played it when it released in October. After December, I have not played.
Wow, that's crazy. So you haven't been gaming. I just got back on Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, for me, it's more. I usually play rank play, and it's just filled with cheaters. There's no point.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I'm like, I rather just play. If I do play COD, I'll play Warzone.
the cheating is out of control.
It's
And
insane.
now they have it like scans my computer for cheating software every time it loads in, which is so
Yeah,
annoying.
and it still doesn't work.
Yep. I mean, I don't have any cheats. I've never cheated in Call of Duty, but I don't get the point of that because it's like it kind of takes the fun out of the game. Like, cool, you're
Hmm.
invincible. Now what? Like, but yeah, even in the public matches, I'm playing a lot of Search and Destroy. It's my favorite game mode. Man, these people are cheating. But yeah, every
So I
time I
already
run
know
into
for the
cheaters,
next
I
game
just leave
comes
the
out.
lobby. Like, I
Yeah.
can't do it. Can't do
So
it.
it's for the new game that's coming out this year. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna buy it until people tell me like, oh yeah, the anti cheat works. Like, all right, cool. Then I'll buy it. But no point spending $80 on a game that I can't even play.
What about GTA? You gonna spend the $80?
I might do it. Might do it. I haven't played GTA in a minute. I didn't play GTA 5.
You never played GTA 5?
Never.
Okay, I will tell you, GTA 5 was the best GTA of all time. Like,
Mm.
that's why I'm so excited for this one because they did their thing for 5. Like, I thought 4 was great, but 5 was just it was superior. It really was. So I'm excited for 6, but it's not coming out for PC till another year later. So there's
Oh, I
no
didn't even
way
know
that I'm
that.
waiting. I'm gonna have to buy a PS5 now.
I didn't even know that.
You know why? Because they mentioned because of the cheating and the hacking, and if they drop it for PC, people are gonna quickly create cheat lobbies. So they're trying to eliminate that by just dropping it for console first.
I don't like that
It's
excuse.
unfortunate.
I don't
These
like that
cheaters
excuse
ruin
from a billion
everything.
dollar corporation.
No?
Because you see games like no, because you see games like Fortnite, you see games like Valorant on PC, and then we could go even a step further and say CS:GO. Like all these games have a working anti cheat, and for the most part, Fortnite came out what 2018, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So and they had a working anti cheat. Valorant came out relatively new as well, 2018, 2019, also had a working anti cheat. So it's like
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I
for
will
people to
say
tell me like
Fortnite's
Call of Duty
anti-cheat is amazing. Like I
is
haven't seen
great.
cheaters since.
It's
So,
great. Same thing with Valorant. Like Valorant, yeah, you'll still have some people cheating, but as soon as they get caught cheating, they get banned.
hmm
So it's like at least it detects it and it kicks them out of the lobby. Like Call of Duty doesn't even do that.
you know,
So
I
no.
guess they say they do, but they don't.
Mm-mm.
You
And if
notice
they do, it
before
takes
you
them a few
play
days.
like multiplayer, they make you like I don't know if they made
Play
you
an
do
app.
it, but on PC, I have to like approve I'm gonna be respectful in the chats and all that. It's like all this extra
Yeah.
stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so annoying. I'm like, what's all this paperwork I gotta do to play a game?
Gotta sign a contract before you play.
Yeah, literally. But I miss the old days when you get a disc and you get instructions in the booklet, you read through the booklet. We don't even have that no more. You know? What happened? I'm thinking about getting that new 007 game that came out. May have to have some little nostalgia playing that. It's like $70 though. I'm like, this game better be worth $70 if I pay for it.
All
It's
these games
crazy.
are expensive now.
Yeah, I remember I thought $59.99 was expensive back in the day. It was
Now we gotta
$60.
spend 70. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, 70, 80. The most I spent on a game was 120, but it was the Kobe edition of 2K, and you got like
Okay.
a special coin for pre-ordering with Kobe on it.
Right.
It was like one of a kind. As a basketball fan and a Kobe fan since I was a kid, I needed that coin. But at least I
I
have the
only
physical copy of the game. Now I'm gonna spend
yeah,
$100
that's
on
worth it.
GTA, no physical copy.
So a lot of people were saying that. They're like, why am I spending so much money on a digital game?
Yeah, it
And
makes no
people saying about the
sense.
pre-orders too. Like, why are we pre-ordering it if it's digital? It's unlimited copies.
I see these people posting that the pre-orders are sold out, and I'm like, how is a digital copy sold out? I don't
Right.
even know if it's true because I don't have a console right now. I'm
There's
always
no
on my
way it's sold
PC.
out. No way
People
it's
keep
sold out.
posting it on Twitter. Oh, it's sold out. I can't get it. Like, how is it sold out? Unless they did that on purpose to stir up some stuff. Like maybe they put like limited quantities on. I don't know.
Good marketing
Everyone.
idea. Have people race to get it.
I do understand the pre-order stuff. I know a lot of people think it's pointless because it's digital, but they're trying to gauge how many people are going to be downloading the game at once, I think, so the server doesn't
Right.
crash.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Because I remember the day GTA 5 came out, I remember like it was yesterday, my server crashed. It was like a whole server outage just for
Hmm.
GTA 5. So imagine this one. It's definitely going to crash first hour. It's going to be crazy though, this game. I'm hoping Call of Duty picks it back up though. I know they've been falling off over the years, sadly. I
I'm
don't
a
know.
big Call of Duty hater right now. I have no faith in them.
No faith.
I have no faith.
What did you see? I don't know if it was the CEO, but he like died earlier this year in a car accident in his Ferrari or something.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
It's unfortunate. Jeez. Had to step off a few minutes. It's okay, NQ Soccer Mom. I appreciate you coming through. But yeah, what do you think about these live accounts with these prop firms? Have you heard what's been going on with Top Step and
Um,
Apex?
Not really. I just started trading prop accounts. I'm working on a take profit trader account. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just started trading props. So I'm now just getting into the mix of what's going on.
Yeah, I've had several payouts with TPT. What's going on right now is Top Step and Apex. Basically, before it was, hey, you get 5 payouts and you're funded, we move you to live. Now traders are complaining because they're saying, oh, I'm only on the second payout, and they're moving me to a live account, not allowing them to get the payout if they made a big, large sum of money. And the
Hmm.
thing is when they move you to live, they're locking up your money. You're only getting access to 25% of it.
Right.
So, yeah, and then you slowly unlock it every month through payouts, which kind of sucks. because it's like
Right.
it's
So
your
at
money.
that point, you would just stay. It would be better to stay on the other account instead of the live account.
Yeah. And so what's happening is, let's say you're on like your second payout. Let's just say you're up like 20 grand, like you're up 4K in each account. You got 5 of
Hmm.
them. Imagine like it'll be like the day before you qualify for a payout. You know the next day you're gonna request it, and they're like, "Hey, we moved you to live, so you can't take out your 20K you made." And it's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, yeah, that's
And then they
crazy.
lock it up, and then they have a thing where if you opt out of the live, you don't have access to get paid all the money you made. They'll only give you like $1,000 or something. So that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, it just sounds like damage control at that point. Too many
Yeah.
people requesting payouts, and they're just like, we don't want to pay this one out right now.
And then
When let's say
Apex,
you make
if
those
you opt
20K,
out, they're blocking you like for life. Like you're banned for life. You can't even buy you can't
really,
even buy a valuation. That's messed up. So that's forcing
if
people.
you're up 20K, just for an example, if you're up those 20K and they move you to the live account, do they you keep the 20K, you just can't withdraw at all? They'll just give you like
Yeah,
go to
so
withdraw 10%
TopStep
of it?
puts it in like a safety net, as they say. It's like a safety account that you don't have access to, but you have access to unlock 25% of it for each payout you get, something like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you eventually can have access to the full thing, but it's like 4 or
It's just
5
gonna take you
payouts down the
multiple
road,
withdrawals.
you know,
Right.
which statistically people don't get to. So like you said, they know what they're doing.
Damage control, they know what they're doing.
To me, if they're so worried about people Hail Marrying full port, let's say you full port on TPT buys, you full port on Top Step sells, obviously one of them's going to hit. That's what a lot of people are doing. And if you're worried about that, then take away the minis. Or if you do allow minis, just allow one contract max. I don't know.
Right.
That may
Two or
piss
three
a lot of
contracts.
people off, but that may bring back the skill of day trading, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And then yesterday they announced this big announcement, Top Step. So for if you're a live account trader, they're going to do a competition where first place gets 100K cash every single month, whoever has the biggest P&L.
Hmm.
Now the problem with this is it's a competition, but how many people are going to be full porting those lives to get that 100K payout bonus? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm all for a trader being rewarded for trading and being disciplined, but rewarding someone who's going to gamble is kind of like, you know, not saying that the winner is going to be a gambler, but you know what I mean. Like statistically, it's like, come on.
Right. They
But
allow news
yeah,
trading as well on those accounts or no?
is what?
They allow news trading on those accounts?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think they allow their live traders to trade on news days or during news. I have to look that up. They keep switching the rules, so
Yeah, because no,
I
that's another
I
thing.
believe
People
that
just wait for the high impact
I know
days
last
and
year
news
they
trading.
didn't because I remember people would complain that they had a live account and they couldn't trade like FOMC or something.
Mhm.
I know for sure last year there was a time, but you could in your evaluation though, which is funny. And people were complaining about that. They're like, oh, my live account I can't trade on news, but in the eval you allow me to trade news, so I can blow the eval, right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the point of getting to the live account is to trade by your own rules. You know, you build up that account. Now you can withdraw every day if you want. But like you said, it's damage control. And they announced this competition yesterday that they're going to do as a bonus reward, I think, to get people to stick with the live accounts, right? Because they
Mhm.
got so much hate the last 2 weeks because of what's going on now. Now they need to give you a reason to keep a live account with them. Oh, we're going to do this competition, win 100,000 cash. So we'll see. I like the way Tradeify is doing their live accounts where they're not combining it all into one. You
Mhm.
keep, let's say you have 5 accounts, they just turn them all into live accounts. And then you qualify for bonuses just by being disciplined. It's not based on what others do. You're guaranteed that bonus as long as you make 2 grand in a month and you have 5 days of at least $250 or more. That's it. Get your extra 10K, 20K, whatever, on
Mhm.
top of your payouts. So to me, that's a better system. They only do it for 2 months though. So we'll see what happens. The CEO said he's going to announce something new in August. So I'm hoping maybe they decide to keep the live account bonuses forever, not just your first 2 months or whatever, you know? Because I think discipline should be rewarded. That's
Yeah,
not
I
trading,
agree.
that's gambling. Yep. Yep. Yeah, y'all, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna be nosy to see when Top Step announces their first winner, I guess at the end of this month. Or I guess check out that leaderboard to see those P&Ls, because I'm sure there'd be some people really trading, but I'm sure a lot of people are gonna gamble to get that 100K this month. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't feel like they thought this through. I mean, someone, all you gotta do is full port, catch a lucky trade, boom. I don't know. We'll see though. But let's see.
I think they got two people with 30K with
Two people with
the
30K,
live
you
account.
said?
Yeah, they got some different with Saints. I think
Oh wait,
last
do they
night
have the leaderboard up?
yeah, they got it.
Oh wait, is it on the website or do you have to log in to like the dashboard?
I think you have to log in. Try to log in. I think.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna hold on. I don't even know my I don't know my log. Been so long. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys back on. Let's see. I think it may be here. All right, chat. I'm gonna log in and just check out their leaderboard. I'm just curious what people's P&Ls are in the first 3 days. I mean, they show P&Ls for the day, like especially on those choppy days. I'm like, how the hell is this person up 40 grand today on this choppy day? Is it just me? So I'd be like, wait, and they're trading Nasdaq. I'm like, I'm looking at Nasdaq. Where the hell did you make 40 grand in this chop?
I ask myself that same question all the time. What do they see that I don't?
Yeah, because like I could see, okay, you're up a couple thousand, but like 40K, I'm like, wait a minute. You had to take quite a few trades. Definitely win them all. What am I missing here?
A lot of traders in top step trading silver. I think. I don't know. Maybe they doing it with silver.
I'll be honest with you,
That's
for
a good
their
point.
traders who do get those big payouts or they're on the leaderboard or um the ones who have posted their stats, every single one that I've seen personally, they're full porting. And you can see it in their stats. And then a few of
Okay.
them that they brought on say they don't use a stop loss. So I
That's insane.
guess, if it retraces 200 points, your account fits that, and you don't have a stop loss, you're good. I guess it works. Oh my goodness. Hold on, guys. I'm about to log in. They just want me to put in this authentication code or whatever sent to my email. Okay, I'm
I
in.
posted
Let's
my
see.
my most recent trade, by the way, in the Discord.
Oh, you did? Okay, let me pop it up here in the main chat. Nice, nice. This is US 30. Hey, chat, this is Jumper's most recent trade here. Know a lot of you guys remember Jumper. Jumper, you still got a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Is it the same as it's the same as your name in the chat, right?
No, with the trading, I do it under the Vice Trading
Vice Trading, right?
YouTube channel. Yeah.
Guys, make sure you guys check out Vice Trading YouTube channel. That's Jumper.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shot straight up there. I've been noticing this with my trades too. With all these pullbacks, it's like I almost have like two opportunities sometimes with the same setup. Okay, I am in here, woke trader. I don't see where the leaderboard is though. Yeah, I don't see where the leaderboard is. Or is it on the Top Step X platform, not the actual dashboard? Is that what it is? I don't know how to get it.
There's Vice Trading Academy and Vice Trading. Which of the two is it, please?
It's Vice Trading Academy.
Thank you.
No problem.
Here we go. I'll see if I can link it in the chat, actually. Gotcha. Vice Trading. I'm sure Top Step probably definitely mentioned it today, unless they're not on today, since a bank holiday. This one, right, Jumper, with the white logo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, chat. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Make sure you guys follow Jumper. Check him out. He's a great trader. Shows amazing discipline. You're not gonna get a trade every day from Jumper now, right? It's all in the patience.
Yeah, that last trade that was on the 22nd of June. So I've
Wow.
been very slow for me.
You see, and they get on me, like the other day, this person's like, when is she gonna take a trade? I can't stand that because they talk as if I'm not here.
No, and
It's like,
again, realistically speaking, like not every day is a trading day. Like, could you catch something small? Yeah, you can. But realistically speaking, if you really follow your rules step by step, not every day is really a trading day.
absolutely. I do my best to take A+ setups, and that's what I teach. Your accuracy goes up. I got this comment 2 days ago on a stream after the stream, and then they're like, "Oh, well, I guess I took the bait. You baited me, and they said, I cannot appreciate your patience for trading because you baited me into thinking you were going to be hyper scalping." Okay.
Right.
What do you want? Like, cry me a river. Like, you know, what
No, and then
bait?
again, like
What do you mean you took the bait?
it's also, every strategy is different, right? Like if you're a scalper, then more than likely you'll have trades every single day. But if you're a day trader, right, similar to if you're a swing trader, you're not gonna have those setups every single day. So that's another thing. I feel like a lot of, especially new traders, they don't really understand the difference between scalping, day trading, swing trading.
Hmm. It's quality over quantity. I think it's kind of like when people think, oh, only minis make money, they think, oh, you got to take multiple trades to make money. Oh, you just need one good trade,
Yeah. All you need is one trade.
even for the month sometimes. Just one trade.
It's like I tell people that when I'm trading and I do the streams, it's like it's difficult to see the progress when you're trading a small account. Because if you only have, like, to give an example, if you start off an account with $100, you're not really going to see profits with just one trade.
Hmm.
But if you have the access to a 100K account, even a 50K account, when you're trading props, if you risk the right way, minimum that you'll make on a trade would be 1,000, 1,500.
Yeah.
That's pretty comfortable, right? That's if you take one trade, that's literally, is not good money, but that's like working a minimum wage job. Now, if you do that twice, three times, four times a month, you're good.
And that's the beauty in
So,
scaling with prop firms,
absolutely.
you know.
And,
My
that, and that's exactly, that's just talking about if you have one account. But like what you were saying earlier, if you have four different accounts and you take the same trades, it's a little bit different.
I'm telling you, it
But that's why
scales.
having that patience is key, because that's what a lot of people don't really. It's just the patience of it, right? It's like once you really understand, like, okay, yeah, this setup, I only made 500 from this one setup. But if you have multiple accounts, or if you have a higher account size, that 500 turns into 2,000, 3,000.
Hmm. Like even last year on stream, the icing on the cake, and it's my favorite short that I have, is when they were making fun of me in the chat for trading micros, and then we immediately catch a $8,000 trade when
I
you
do
add it up
remember
on
that.
all 5 accounts,
Hmm.
and it's like you're making fun of me, and I just had an 8 grand day. So who's actually doing things,
Yeah.
And it's like it's the power of scaling, you know. Copy trading is very powerful. Even just a $200 trade, if you have 5 accounts, that's $1,000 day. You
Hmm.
know, literally $1,000 day. That's all you need. That's why I always tell people in my chat, just go for 300 a day. You know, it's very powerful. If you can make 300 a day and you start scaling into multiple accounts, you can literally make like a half a million in a year.
Yeah.
It just comes from your consistency of sticking to that $300. That's because they be putting on like 50 micros. Lynn's question, how do you do it to have that mindset to copy trade multiple account at once? You know what? It's easy because I'm just focused on one account. Like I forget that I'm copy trading. I'm just focused on the one account, focus on making 300, 400, 500, and that's it. And then at the end of the day, I look back, I'm like, oh, I made 500 on all these accounts. You know what I mean? That's all. I think it's helpful because you're just focused on one account. But yeah. And then a day like
You guys
today's,
trade when you're on
a no
vacation?
trading day. So I did make some money last night during the Asian session. So technically, I do have a green P&L for Friday, but it's cool. Let's see. I'll show you guys. Gotta change my screen. So I was using one micro last night, and I scaled into a trade. You guys can see right here. Oops. 172. I only copy traded this one to 4 accounts, so 172 times 4. That's it. That's all she wrote, guys. A little under 800, you know? So look how powerful that is. 170, but it's really like a little under 800, you know? For some people, that's a week of work, you know? And for me, that's 5 minutes, you know? So it's powerful. But I am interested to see what these prop firms do. I do hope that Tradified does not change their live account. I do think that they have one of the best live accounts um, compared to what the other firms are starting to do now. I hope that they don't all follow suit. That's the problem. If they all follow suit, then we have no choice. But I will say Apex is a bit brutal, y'all. The whole like, hey, if you opt out, you're banned for life. Like, damn, that's like forceful. I wasn't expecting that.
That's why I'm gonna take it slow with when they onboard me. I'm gonna take it slow.
So in your live account, what's the starting balance that they gave you since they didn't give you your money?
Uh, if like you say, if you don't want to go live with them, they're gonna send you $2 and like a hand payment, and you ban for live. And if you go on, they start you with 3,000. Even though you got like 20 account and you don't want to go live, they're only gonna send you 3,000.
Are you trading? I forgot to ask you, were you trading minis or micros?
With ES, because usually I trade ES. With ES, I trade minis because I can, the way I take my trade, the way I find my setup. With ES, I take like I put stop loss like 250 or 500. It depends the profit I got, the balance I get. I put if I recently if I start a new account, I take stop loss like 250 with one mini, and ES it's 5 point. It's not a big deal for me. Like I can manage it because ES it don't make deeper retracement, and I manage it. I take that risk because from with the way I take my setup, it always work for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I all my setup. I always find a good setup in Asia session. I don't know why. In New York, I've been struggle in New York for 2 months, and that's why 80% of my trade right now I take them in Asia session.
Gotcha. Hold on 1 second, Moultrie. I'm just gonna answer the chat. So you said why not on one account? So last night I was trading prop accounts. I do switch it around. Sometimes I'm trading personal account. Sometimes I'm trading prop account. I do switch it around to answer your question. Okay, go ahead, Wolf Trade.
Yeah.
So what's your plan with Apex now that they have these rules? Do you still want to scale into like those 20 accounts, or how are you feeling about it now?
No, because when they put you live, you can't buy any evaluation. They, you can buy any account. You only go live. You go live.
Okay, I see, I see.
You can't buy any evaluation.
So wait, that's crazy. Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's different. It's
Because
like when
Top
they
Step
take you
allows you
live,
to.
they create another website for the live account. The other website you can do anything with.
See, this goes back to where people are saying if you're not an influencer, certain rules for certain people, and that's not fair because there are influencers who have live accounts with them that get to do evals just so if they blow those live accounts, they're back in it with the funded accounts.
Oh, I
So,
don't know about it, but it could be.
uh-huh. Just like certain influencers who were doing high risk against their rules get paid because of their following. But if someone else who's not an influencer took the same trade, same risk, they would have got banned and wouldn't get the payout, which isn't fair. That's
Yeah,
definitely
but
that's not fair.
it's what it is. I'm gonna
It's
take it
what it
slow, but
is.
I appreciate every live you did, like every explanation you give to us, and that make me take it slow. Want to take it slow because it's not like I am not profitable, but some days I wake up and I know I don't see my setup, I don't have to trade, but I'm forcing to get it into a trade. That's only problem I got right now. Like sometimes I know I don't have to take that trade, but I take it, and that's sometimes that mess me up with my day trading, and and always go back to your live, listen to the way you say, okay, if you make only 200 a day, 300 a day. Sometimes my problem is and don't take the money. Sometimes I'm up like 500 or 600 or 1,000 and
Hmm.
I don't take the money, and the trade go get put me on break even or take my full surplus and I don't take the money, and that's my problem. Right now, what I'm doing, if I'm up like 200 and I put my break even on 50 or 70 to if they take me if he take me out, he take me out with like five or $1,500. I'm good. But before that, I was like, let the trade one. If he take me out, he take me out. That was I was more struggle and those months ago.
Absolutely. Hey, sorry about that. I got a little distracted. My dog's behind me. They're making a lot of noise.
So
What?
yeah, well,
Oh, go ahead.
that's a good point you just brought up about taking taking that profit off and staying in profit and not just letting it go all the way against you. I mean, that's a good tip um, for a point of view coming from somebody who's actually gotten that type of payout.
Yeah, I don't always let things go. Like, we joke and say TP12. But as you can see, I don't always hold my trades. Like if I get to 80% of my target, I might as well take that 80%. Yeah, I won't always hold it. And I think people think that they have to hold it because they're in front of an audience, because they're worried about what people think. But it's really like people who are genuinely trying to trade are not gonna make fun of anything because you're obviously doing it in a whole different level than they are. The people who are gonna clown you are people who aren't gonna make it anyway. So who cares? You know, who cares? If you get to 80% of your target, take it. You know, you don't have to hold it so that you can get this perfect screenshot. None of that matters in trading. It doesn't matter. It's about can you consistently take your setup? You know, can you consistently make money? Can you consistently make more than what you lose? Because we're gonna lose. Of course, we're gonna lose.
I always goes to 75% of my target. I just place my target price right there.
Hmm. And you know what? I what I do is my TP1 strategically, my TP1 is I don't want to say guaranteed, but it's always like definitely going here. TP2 is ideally what I would want to hold the trade to be. And then TP12 is, well, if we get some crazy volume, it could go here. But TP1, that's why TP1 is always like, okay, definitely got to go here. Right? And you can figure out those numbers by placing those positioners on your chart, like the buy sell positioners. And when you're back testing those setups, see how many points do you always get out of this trade? Does this trade always go 30 points? Does it always go 40 points? You know what I mean? Maybe that can be your TP1, 30 points. If it goes past that, cool. If it doesn't, cool. You know what I mean? That's part of that free back testing journal I made for you guys, the stop loss one. That's where you'll start to gain that type of information.
Thanks for that, Lance.
Yeah, and you don't have to use points. You don't have to say, oh, it will always goes 30 points. You can use structure, which is what I use. But that comes from experience, right? Like, okay, we're definitely got to break these highs. So I'm going to target these highs. After that, we'll see where it goes, you know? So it really just kind of depends. Let me see if I can show you on my chart. Like yesterday's sell off, those of you in the trading lab, you already know my levels. So yesterday I held myself to about here, right? If we go past here, cool, but I know from my levels, I know to trust them. You know, I trust my levels, and if you're finding that you don't trust your levels, you just got to work on them a little more, you know? But as you can see, my levels are very accurate, right? Even over here, when we bounce here and we go to here, this is going to be the first TP I look at. If we continue, the possibility, you know, then I'll pull more levels across. Like 30,000 would be something. 30,000 is right here. If we continue, I would make 30,000 my next level, right? So this would be TP1, guarantee. TP2, not guarantee, but hey, if we get there. And then TP12, I'll just look at maybe the top of this structure, something like that, you know? But yeah. You guys could see my demonstration. I know I'm on the I'm on the stream. I know the stream's a little delayed. I was in replay mode there. We can see it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I can see it, Lance.
But yeah, so TP1 is like it's like your bread and butter. It's like okay, TP1 is what you have to hold it to. I mean, you gotta at least hold it to TP1 and be your guarantee. After that, it gets a little questionable, right? So I would practice it that way. Because I have friends who it's tough to watch because everyone gets in their own head, but um, they will hold it to their TP because to them that's what discipline is, and they'll come within 5, 10 points, and they will not close that trade, y'all. They will not close it, and it'll go all the way back up to break even or stomp them out, and they will call it a loss and validate the loss. I'm like, but to me, see, and this is where trading, everyone has their own opinion. To me, that's not a loss. To me, you held the trade 90 points just because it didn't get to 100 points. You and your ego said, I'm holding it till it gets to 100. Went back to your break even, hit your stop loss. Now it's a loss, right?
There's an
And
expression: "Don't be a dick for a tick."
yeah, sometimes it's see money, take money, right? See money, take money. You have to not leave money on the table, you know. Um, but please don't do that, y'all, because I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again from people who are amazing traders and they're just holding themselves back because they won't just take that money. It just has to hit that TP, and everyone's different. Everyone's different. So, I'm not gonna make anybody change their trading style, of course. But it is hard when you see people with incredible potential who can constantly call things like that, big trades. But for the life of them, they just have to hold it to the TP. And it's where we have to reflect as traders. As a trader, when you reflect on your performance, you may see, okay, maybe you do always call out 50 points. Maybe you should just always take your profit at 50 points. If that's something you consistently do, maybe you're good at that. It is an individual thing. But yeah, how are you guys doing with holding your trades? For those who are here. And let me know in the chat too, those of you in the chat. How are we doing with holding our trades this year?
I'm doing terrible, but that just means I need a lot of repetition.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was a scalper, a micro scalper, and so literally
Hold on,
I would
guys. I gotta
hold.
log back in. Sorry, NQ Sakama. I gotta log back in to my Tradify account. Hold on. You can go ahead.
Okay, now I was just going to say that my trading style is micro scalping, and so I would hold trades, maybe 13 ticks or 20 ticks, not points, ticks. So now, using my official lens concepts, I'm holding trades a lot longer. And of course, that's why it's taken me, a lot longer to do the transition because I'm practicing that a lot, but I am doing it. So, and I find that trading the New York session, things move a lot quicker. So that basically lends itself more to my trading style because I can stomach the holding better with higher volatility because since it's happening more quickly than maybe an Asian session or, oh my goodness, London session. I was looking at that last night and that was so slow. I don't see how people can do it. But
Yeah, London switched.
that is
It switched to an Asian session, huh? They had a little switch.
no,
One
I
sped
think
up,
they
one slowed
did,
down.
and now I think Asian session is doable. London session is just like, oh my god, it's literally it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, and for me, Central Standard Time, that's the open, and I'm saying to myself, what is this? You mean to tell me London, the city of London in Europe, is opening up, and this is all you got? Like, oh no. But I'm definitely working on holding the trades longer. I mean, I'm so thankful for just challenging myself and being in a program that's challenging me to do that instead of because when I was taking all those micro scouts and just getting all those dopamine hits, I just think it was just causing me to even be more susceptible to going on tilt. Whereas if I'm looking for less trades, a bigger setup, a longer setup, more calm, just not being constantly stimulated. And because I would take hundreds of trades a day.
Hmm.
It's just better. It's just better. So that's something I just want to continue to work on, get better at is holding the trades, bigger trades, and I'm still a scalper. I mean, it's still scalping, but I mean that just goes to show the extent to which I was scalping. It's just
I'll tell you
probably
guys
not
what
in
helped
my best
me hold
interest.
trades longer, because it definitely was extremely difficult coming from the 1 minute. you get a quick rush. Um, so one of the things that help is to scale down your size. That way you're not focused on how much you're up and oh, should you close it now because you're up this much, right? Scale down your size. And the first thing I did was practicing letting the 5 minute close. Now, for the life of me, that was extremely difficult back then. And it made me realize, wow, like my trades are usually less than a minute. So waiting for 5 minutes felt like an eternity. So that's how I did it first. Like, okay, you can't touch anything until the 5 minute candle closes. And then eventually I made a rule of the 15-minute candle has to close. I did that for over a year, where the 15-minute candle has to close. Then I can make a decision about how I'm feeling about it. So things
Liz, did
like
you still
that,
take that trade on the 1 minute chart, even though you were waiting on the 15-minute candle to close?
it depends. I mean, sometimes I'll watch it, sometimes I'll walk away, but you walk away, you get all this anxiety of, oh my God, what's happening, right? But another thing I did was I looked back at my data, and my data shows me my best trades are when I just enter, have a stop loss, have to take profit, and I just let it cook. Those are my absolute best trades. And so I say to myself, well, why can't I just do that? Just enter, let it cook, accept the risk. So when you enter a trade, accept that loss. Accept it. So let's say you're risking $200. As soon as you enter, you accept that, okay, I may lose $200 on this. Accept it. Because either it's going to go to take profit or it's going to go to your stop loss. And as long as you chose the best possible stop loss, in your opinion, for that trade, you're okay. But if you look back and you're doing tight stop losses all the time, then adjust your risk. And when you do that, you'll feel more comfortable knowing, okay, I gave it the appropriate stop loss. Stop me out anyway. Cool. Let me go back to the drawing board. But 9 times out of 10, when you do give it the appropriate stop loss, you give it some time to move around. You know it's going to retest or whatever it does because it's been a little testy, Nasdaq. Just let it cook. You know, um, you're never going to fully be like fully comfortable holding trades. You're always going to have like maybe a little bit of anxiety, but it comes with hours. It comes with experience. You know what I mean? So don't look for it to be perfect, and don't look for yourself to always hold that trade. It's okay if you close it 30 points in, 40 points in. You know, that's okay too, because sometimes the best trades, and you'll see even on prop firm statistics, the traders getting consistent payouts statistically do one-to-one setups and they're out, right? So sometimes I used to do, if I get a one-to-one, I move stops to break even. Why? Well, if I risk 300 and now my trade's up 300, that's a win, right? I made my money. So at this point, I can hold it to try to make more. And if I lose, then I lose. It's on me. I didn't have to lose 300 at that point. So the best thing you can do is just move it to break even. So now it's like there's no risk on the table. You win. If that works for you guys too, you can do that. One-to-one setup, break even. That's where you can put your break even point. You know what I mean? But I will
Yeah, I like the
say,
1-to-1.
sorry, I will say one more thing is that hurt me a lot last year, break evens. There were so many trades that would have been profitable if I didn't move my stops to break even after one-to-one, just based on how choppy Nasdaq was getting. It just kept retesting my entry. It was super annoying, right? Super wicky. Wasn't wrong on the setup, but had I not moved it to break even, I would have got a lot more wins than break evens. So this year, I'm practicing not moving stops to break even as often. It just depends how it is. If it's my first two trades, I probably won't. But if I make my goal for the day, then yeah, I'll move stops to break even. I will secure risk all day. right? If I'm just trying to squeeze out more money, you know what I mean? But if I didn't hit my goal for the day, I'm not gonna, oh my God, I'm gonna stop to break even quickly. No, I'm gonna let my first trade or two play out, right? See if I can hit my goal, cool. Now, if I decide to try to make more money, scale down, smaller risk, I move to break even a little quicker, and just try to accumulate as much as you can. So that that gets a little more strategic, of course. Um, but yeah, go ahead and cue soccer mom.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I didn't say anything else.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, it's we never know everything 100%, of course. So don't knock yourself if it stops you out at break even, because I've had times where it tested my entry, it rejected it beautifully, and it went in my favor, and then I moved it to break even. So I'm like, okay, it rejected my entry, and then it comes right back up and rejects my entry one more time. And in cases like that, you think, wow, I thought I waited long enough, but sometimes things just happen. So just remember, trading's not perfect at all. Nothing about it is perfect. You're gonna do things early, whether you move stops early or you enter a trade early. You may enter a trade late or go back and want to take profit late, and so it happens. It's never gonna change
You
just
have to
because you start
be
making money.
so mentally tough to be a trader.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta be mentally tough. It is a business, and honestly, it's similar to any other business where you have to grade your performance. You have to make the tough decisions. You have to look yourself in the mirror. You always have to evaluate things. The market conditions change. To me, that's the fun part. Because I like problem solving. For those who are new to the stream, you guys used to watch me play chess on stream, speed chess before. You guys know I'm a chess player. I like a lot of problem solving things, so it fits my personality. You know, I think if you like problem solving, if you like being challenged, um, trading definitely fits you. You know, but for people who like that framework where, oh, this always stays the same, trading may not be for them. Because it's very dynamic. You know, there's so many things that you can bring into play, and there's different ways to look at the chart. Nobody's really wrong. We're all looking at the same thing, but you may see something that I don't. I may see something that you don't. One of those things. But the best part about trading is everybody can win. Everybody can win. It's not like, oh, if someone loses, then you lose too. Everybody can win. I think if people just don't focus on the money and they just focus on the skill and focus on what they can do consistently, I think a lot more people will be profitable. Um, don't focus on the big days. If you can consistently make $300, you are a winner. You got it. Now do that with 5 accounts. Now do that with 10 accounts. Scale it up. You know.
I just want to focus on not being a knucklehead. I need discipline and repetition.
Yeah, repetition is how you get there. That's
And
really what it
I
is.
will say, look, my discipline has been rock solid since I joined this group. I'm when I speak like this, I speak of when I before I joined this group. This showed up on my feed. As a matter of fact, you know what, Linz, you did an Asian session, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, I started watching it, and then I flipped. Oh, let's go back to see how she did. And I'm like, how did she have the nerves to do that? And all kinds of it's a lot more than nerves. And I'm a much better trader since I joined, but I certainly do need a lot more drills. I'm going to do it all through the weekend. I want my numbers to add up. I want to be like those traders that say, look, my data's good. I know it's going to work statistically, so I'm going to move forward. I want to get to that point. And I'm going to get there. I'm just going to keep on doing this.
Yeah, you're gonna get there. Absolutely. I love the way you're thinking about it. That's how winners think. That's how it starts. Honestly, anything that you keep at, eventually it's gonna work for you. You know, eventually it's gonna work. I always say you only fail when you quit. That's the only time you fail, if you quit. But something like trading, it's definitely worth the battles, and we've all been through it. It's when you guys see me here, it was not easy. You didn't get to see my journey, but my goodness, was it rough. Extremely rough. I didn't have prop firms back then. I had money in a live account, and if I blew it, which I did multiple times, then I had to wait for the next paycheck to fund it. And sometimes couldn't fund it the next paycheck. And you know, that plays a big when you're doing things and you're like, "Oh, I need the money." It really messes you up in trading because you start making irrational decisions, you know? Um, I seen someone the other day, and I don't know if they were trolling or not, could have been, but they're like, "Oh, I need this money to pay for my car," or "I need this money to." And when you're thinking like that, you're gonna make irrational decisions. You're gonna make more impulsive type of things. You're gonna take setups that maybe weren't too good. You're gonna get nervous. You may close a trade too early. You're gonna do all those things. You're gonna do a lot of bad habits. Futures for life. Hello, I see you. Good morning to you, Tony. I see you, Tony. Messed up a lot of my money, not taking it. When I see it never comes back, I learned. Yeah, it's a good way to say it, Tony. It never comes back, right? Like, hey, it's here. You want to take it? You know, Definitely. Like my trade last night when I showed you guys, I made 172 on each of those accounts. That trade was up like maybe like 400 and something. So it could have been 2K a day. It says 800 a day, but I was trailing it. Um, and that's where my trail got hit. You know, it is what it is. But if I do that a lot, like let's say I trail a lot and I keep getting smaller days, smaller wins, and I keep looking back and it would have been bigger if I would just close it, then I'll switch it up. I'll say, okay, if you're up 400, just close the damn trade. So it depends on my performance, and that's just like anything else, chat. Any professional athlete, you base things on your performance. You know what I mean? Say like basketball, like if you're if you're a 3-point shooter and you just start missing a lot of threes during the game, a lot of times, like Stephen Curry, a lot of times he'll try to go for a mid-range just to get warmed up, just to feel that, and then he'll go back to his threes. Right? Sometimes you got to switch it up a little bit. So, um, professionals adjust their performance while things are happening. You do the same thing in trading, right? You adjust your performance based on what's going on. But I think we'll wrap it up here, y'all. It's been a 3-hour stream. I think we're about to hit 3 hours. What an amazing, amazing chat we had. So I want to thank everybody who came through, talked to me on the voice chat. I'll be doing this when we have like slower days, like bank holidays, for you guys to join. I really appreciate you guys.
As always, thank
Oh,
you, Lynn.
thanks for having us. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks everybody in the lab. Thanks, Lynn. Happy Fourth
Oh,
of
yeah, thanks
July
for
and
talking to you all.
happy holiday, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
happy
too,
4th.
Mia. Look.
Happy 4th. All right, everybody, have a good day, y'all. I'm gonna sign out of the Discord before I sign out of the stream. So have a good day. I will see y'all on Sunday. Oh
See
yeah,
you
yeah.
then.
I'll see you
Bye.
on Sunday. All right, have a good day. Thank you so much. Okay, chat. Now I'm back. I'm back with y'all, chat. Yeah, today was a bank holiday. So I decided to you know, have some chat with people, open the mic up. You guys got the opportunity to talk to me. It's not every day that you get to talk to someone like me, so I figure I give you guys the chance. I appreciate those who came through. Those of you guys who were chatting in the chat, I appreciate y'all as well. But yeah, the market is going to be closing soon. So please do not. I hope you didn't trade today, but if you do have a trade open, definitely recommend you to close that trade very soon. What time does the market close? Market closes 1 p.m. East if you're uh, on Tradify. But yeah, so what time is that? That'll be 10 o'clock, so like 1 hour from right now. You got 55 minutes. 55 minutes you guys got. So in the next hour, the market will be closed. Great session today. Thank you, y'all. Yeah, this was an amazing chat. I truly enjoyed the chats we had today, and I hope that I kept you guys out of this choppy market. What a market this has been. Literally feel like we didn't do anything. I mean, look at 9:30 opening. This was 9:30 opening, and then look at us now. That's it. That's all that happened. So yeah, an amazing trading this week. Like I said, shout out to the Trading Lab members. If you guys go to the main chat, you guys can see the results. I mean, they've been doing incredible. My trade yesterday, Trading Lab member up 2 grand. I mean, this is just amazing, y'all. You can see it here. Rico up 800 on the week. This was our trade yesterday. 100 points on stream. Nothing new here. Just amazing stuff, y'all. And yeah, so thank you guys. The point of this community is to give you a positive space where you can learn day trading. Maybe if you're not learning, maybe if you're intermediate, it's a positive space for you to spend your time and learn some new things. You never know what you're going to learn here. You can network with traders who are positive, traders who are actually doing things consistently. All right. All right. That's going to be it. I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And that's about it, y'all. I'm going to go enjoy my Friday. I got the whole day to relax. So that's what I'm going to do. Have a good one, y'all. Thank you so much. Manifesting to be sitting here, present, confident, seeing it, executing it. What the hell?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So I think I'm going to add to this position. My stops to break even. Boom. Boom. And boom. Payday. Come on. 1K. 690 with micros. And I'm going to close that. Hose is mad, chat. Chat, Hose is mad, chat. Hose mad. Hose mad. All right, chat. Close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're going to close that trade. 5 grand live on stream.